What's up guys, beautiful Sunday. Just want to do a quick video on why especially I sold the Tacoma and why it just wasn't a good fit for me. Again, I don't know everything. As you've seen on my 5 dislikes on the Tacoma video, there's like a million dislikes on the video itself just because people didn't agree with the things that I was saying, and that's totally fine. It was just a fitment thing for me, and again, I don't know anything. This is my opinion. These aren't the facts. Well, these are facts based off my use and my opinions, I guess, if that makes sense. So sometimes people make opinions, but there's no real facts to it. It's just kind of like there's no substance to it. But this was just my use and my application for it. So let's get started. So the first things first, my biggest complaint was that after comparing so many other vehicles, and we've had like 50 different ones, I just felt like the power wasn't there. I did get the 6-speed, which was great. I'm really glad I didn't get the automatic because that would have been even worse. The complaints I hear on the automatics about the shifting issues, I mean, it goes on and on and on. I actually had a lot of people tell me not to get Tacoma because it wouldn't be a good fit for me, but I'd never tested one out. I'd always wanted one. I thought it was going to be the perfect end-all be-all vehicles, and it just ended up not being that case for myself. So that was my biggest issue, just the power to gearing ratio. Now, a lot of people say, okay, it comes with 430 gears. It should be great. What do you want it to do, gear down lower? Actually, yeah, and if you do a lot of research on it, you'll see a lot of people swap over to 488s or 513s just because it helps out so much and it makes that much of a difference. I understand there's issues with, emissions and all that stuff with the engines and power and stuff like that. So I get that they can't do a lot of stuff. And again, from the factory, you're not going to gear down. Because for most people, the Tacoma is a great truck. It absolutely has more pluses than minuses in every aspect. It rides great. It handles great. It does everything it's supposed to do. I had a little bit of issues with the towing, but again, that was just me. Other people don't. It's just my personal preference and how it worked out for myself. So that was kind of the biggest thing. The other thing is I really like to go off-road and get a little bit more hardcore on the trails and more technical stuff. So again, 100% my use. Most people don't do that. For the person who's going to put 285s on it, which is like 33s, it's perfect. You can go around pretty much any trail you want, especially in Colorado. You can have a lot of fun. Perfect overlander. You can put a tent on the back, do all that fun stuff that you want to do, and it's great. I personally like to sleep in the back of my rig, so I like an SUV more, and the more I had the Tacoma, the more I realized that. I did sleep in the back seat one time, and it was extremely uncomfortable. I'm 5'7", and it did not work out well. I had to like tuck the passenger seat forward as much as I could, angle sideways, and it didn't work well at all. So again, that's personal preference. As far as being a truck itself, I think it was a good truck. I wouldn't call it a work truck. Anybody who really needs a work truck should go to a half ton. You should get a Tundra, you should get a Silverado, F-150. There's a lot of great trucks out there for that. So I won't harp too much on that. The last thing was the technology. I know a lot of people say, it's great, but I feel like the other vehicles out there have really surpassed Toyota, especially with the Tundra and the Tacoma. And I think it has a long ways to go to catch up. So hopefully the 4th gen really comes out and does some things, because and again, just my opinion, and I know I've said I like more off-roady interiors, but I just felt like it was a little behind the curve and it could be updated. I mean, it's still running drum brakes in the rear. I just feel like Toyota's really cruising on their reputation, and they have a great reputation. They have reliability, resale value. I mean, I sold it in a day, as you can see. I mean, the resale is great. There's no arguing that. The resale reliability are awesome. However, I think Toyota's really kind of cruising off of that reputation, whereas the other brands have kind of done more to keep up. I mean, you look at that small truck series, you have the Colorado, you have the Ranger, and you look at what they've done with those trucks, and that's a lot. I mean, you're getting a lot for your money with those other vehicles. You're not getting the same resale value, and I understand that completely. However, it really kind of depends on what you want. If you're going to keep it for a while, it might be worth going to a different brand, or if you're just looking for something super reliable, stick with the Tacoma. Now, I have talked to a lot of people and mechanics and who've posted on my page, and they said that all the other brands are pretty much head-to-head now in terms of reliability too. So there's something to be said about that. There's a lot of vehicles out there that are making it to 300,000 miles, not just import. Now, I know there's reputation issues with Jeep as well, if you want to throw that one in there, and it being owned by Viar, Chrysler, blah blah blah. So again, you kind of have to take everything with a grain of salt. But just my experience, I never had any issues besides the Tacoma didn't start a couple times. That was kind of quirky. it would crank over and just wouldn't start. And that happened to me about 3 times, which was kind of odd. But other than that, I never had any issues with it. The last thing was, I just felt like, and this was kind of on me, since I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it in the long run, keeping it, selling it back, or whatever, I ended up just kind of babying it a little bit more. Minus that one time I tore off the front bumper in the driveway. But again, I just kind of wanted to see what it was capable of and kind of rock crawl a little bit. So again, that's my personal preference, my opinion. I know a lot of people like to hop on here and disagree, which is totally fine. Again, we don't know everything. I don't know everything. I still learn. I meet a lot of people on the trail who think they know everything, and so that's kind of always fun. But I think at the end of the day, it's all about going out there, having fun, just doing your thing, meeting great people, helping people out, and doing that. So we try and just be humble, very open and honest, and that's kind of what we do with this channel, and I hope you guys have appreciated that. So that's kind of my quick feedback on the Tacoma. Really looking forward to getting the 3rd gen 4Runner here. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. Again, I want to thank Hunter for helping me out with that. So I'll kind of document my trip, picking it up, and then we'll do full walkarounds, and you can compare it to when I originally got it. I think it was like 5-6 years ago. Sold it to my buddy in Grand Junction and picking it up and starting over from now. So it's going to need some work. It's been around. I'll show you guys some decals and stuff. Hunter has they have taken it all over, and it's been a great rig, still is, and I'm kind of looking forward to continuing on with it and taking it to the next level and having some fun with it. So hope you guys enjoy that. And then also, oh, I'm getting old, I still have the Comanche right here that I'm going to start working on and doing a little bit more. I just still need to get to Houston, get the XJ, put it side by side. But as we told you in our last video, we got some things in the works. So this next month, I'll have a lot more idea of how our future is going to look. And so that'll help me out with this as well. Again, no baby stuff or anything like that. But, you know, we're trying to make some career moves, especially Shay. And because she's pretty unhappy with where she's at right now. So we're trying to make things happen and keep doing the best we can. So hope all is well. Hope to see you guys on the trail soon. And hope you look forward to the next build. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks.